here at Gravestone Precision Shooting. I'm about to do my orientation as a member of the range and then do a tour. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, this is their pro shop right here. We got Shane's truck over here. He's working on the Centerfire for tomorrow. We got a Rimfire match. Here are the safety rules and the general range rules and range limitations. The range is down there. Wow. There's a little our pro shop. Jake, Shane, Champ. So you guys are a loophole dealer too, huh?
Yes, we are.
That's awesome. Cool. Can we buy ammo from here too?
We will eventually have a lot more of that in stock.
Okay.
As we develop, we've kind of been spending most of our time just trying to get the range developed out. So
Yeah.
a lot of the in-store pro shop stuff is kind of fallen by the wayside just to put emphasis on the range. But once we get, I'm hoping in January, we're going to start building up inventory. We already carry quite a few stocks from Foundation. I've got MDT online. We've got magazines from them, but ideally we'll have everything in here to build out precision rifles based off of impact actions, or I'm not sure what we'll do as far as the rimfire, and then have ammo in stock. Talk to Mike Burtis.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have some stuff from him. About 8 different calibers in stock from them. Primarily what you're going to see for precision centerfire rifle, and then we'll have rimfire ammo in stock as well.
Sweet. And I think Bergara is sponsoring the matches too, right?
They gave us 2 of these sweet rifles.
Oh man, look at that.
So these are the loaners.
Okay.
From Bergara.
These are
The
22.
B14R.
Yeah.
L3I sponsored.
Okay.
Supplied these 3 Arca
Man,
rails.
that's so cool.
And then Arcan Optics supplied the EP5. It's an amazing scope for the money. They've been very generous with us out here. Every one of our matches on the skill stage, Arcan is giving away an EP5 for the winner of those skill stages. Shane just brought out 4 scopes, so we have enough to go the December, January, February, and March. Actually, we're skipping the February match for the Centerfire, but so it'll go into April.
Sweet.
But all these will be, they're zeroed out right now. I have them zeroed with the SK match, but these things shoot the CCI standard velocity extremely well as well.
That's awesome.
So,
Cool.
yep.
We got some snacks right here too.
One in. We have those 2 little ones, but I'd like to get one built into a decent chassis.
I would put it in the MDT Gen 2, Premier Gen 2.
I'm gonna write that down.
All right, Jake. Here we are. We're on the way to the range. Can you tell me the story behind Gravestone, like how it came about?
Yep. So we were trying to actually do this back in 2020 before COVID. There was a couple other properties that I put offers on, and they just, for whatever reason, one after the other fell through, and we weren't able to get property secured. So COVID hit. We kind of laid off of it for a little bit, and then in January I left the corporate world that I was in and was able to really focus full time on finding a property that was going to work for this. So my wife actually found this one. It was actually on an option period with another company, and then they pulled the plug on their option period, so the realtor had it sitting dormant, not listed on the market. So we contacted them and asked if they were still interested in selling. If they were, we met them out the next week, and I knew within about 10 minutes that it would work for what we wanted to do. So
Yeah. That's around the time that Triple C just closed. And everybody was sad, man.
yeah,
And the fact that you guys got this property, like, everybody's happy. I'm happy
Yeah.
that you got this property, man. Thank you for doing this.
yeah, it's something that you know, we definitely wanted to do. You know, as far as like investment opportunities or whatever, this is probably the last thing that you would ever think of doing it for strictly investment. So we're doing this because we love it, not because we're trying to get rich off of it. I mean, it has to be ran like a business and be able to pay for itself too, but
Yeah.
we could have done a lot of other investment opportunities to make money if that was our only driving factor.
Yeah.
So this is definitely something that we do out of love for growing the shooting community, and it's awesome to be a part of it and be able to provide this place and have, you know, the type of people coming out here that come out. So
Yeah, I mean, you're providing a playground for us adults, and like,
yeah,
well, it's so hard. I live in the city, and it's so hard to find something like this. You know, we have ranges 50 yards, maybe 100 yards, but it's so hard to find something like this.
yeah.
Like within DFW, I live an hour away from here, and this is amazing, man.
Yep. What we're coming into now is the start of the Rimfire range.
It's a Bravo
And
range.
This is the Bravo, which is Rimfire only. We have about 450 yards of dedicated Rimfire. It'll start right here at the 50-yard zero board. This platform.
We got a platform right there. Okay.
You'll have targets out to 400 yards. You can also see the mover out there going that.
Oh
Shane just
yes,
built.
I see it. So yeah, that's going to be a side stage tomorrow, right, for the match?
Absolutely.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah,
man.
we wanted to get out here. With it being brand new, we didn't want to incorporate it into the match for tomorrow, but it's certainly going to be open for a side stage after the match just to test it out and make sure that if there's a failure point on it, we want to be able to find it outside of a match, not during the match. So
Yeah.
we'll try and give it its run for its money tomorrow.
So this is strictly rimfire, right?
This is all strictly Rimfire.
Okay. All right.
We also have this area where the platform is that we run some bench rest matches.
Uh-huh.
On the KYL targets, you've got one at 75 yards. Let me pull up a hair. You got a KYL at 75, 100, 150, 200, and 250.
Wow.
And they're the left and right side are even, but there's 7 targets on
That's
each rack
awesome.
going big to small.
Shane won the last one, right?
Yeah, he did. He only dropped one shot.
That's
so
crazy.
He shot well. Michael also shot really well. Finished second place. Now we had a couple different crews from a couple different areas that came in and shot. So we're trying to incorporate a little from each one and make it fun for everyone.
That's awesome.
Then some of the other stages start at the telephone poles. You'll have a run, the 70-yard target, shooting this direction.
All right. Quarter bodies, come on.
There you go. And then also on the telephone poles, you can turn 90 degrees and shoot.
You can shoot that way and that way. I think you can shoot that way and then also that way, right?
Yep.
Wow.
So just
Cool,
on this
man.
one stage, you'll have a 90-degree pan, so multiple wind angles.
Okay. Sure thing's still on? Yep, it's on. Good. We're good.
Yep.
We're good. We're in business.
So we have coming up on the hill. Now you'll have the tires.
All right.
We have a couple different lanes cut for doing different things, but on these tires, you got a TYO with the confirmation target.
This is still all rimfire.
This is all dedicated rimfire for
Okay.
450 yards worth of rimfire only.
Yeah. All right.
So it's not like a lot of other ranges that'll have rimfire targets in front of their centerfire barricades. We actually have a separate area sectioned off for only rimfire.
That's so cool.
The beauty of that is you don't have to worry about hearing protection and shooting next to a guy running a big muzzle brake and
Yeah.
blowing your eardrums out. So
We can just do it without ear protection, and it's a little bit
Yep.
more chill.
yeah. And two, it leaves all these lanes are a lot tighter. I wanted smaller lanes cut through the trees to where it wasn't going to be such an open area.
Yeah.
Plus, we got a lot of oak trees out here. I just didn't want to tear everything out that we didn't need to. So we got John and Michael here shooting.
Hey guys, you're on YouTube.
Oh, right on.
So here you got the concrete culvert pipe. You'll have a cut down the left. There's a KYL on it right now.
I see it,
And
yep.
then berms out the right side as well.
Sweet. More Rimfire, huh? All this.
And coming in here, you'll have some of the shorter range berms.
More tires.
Small KYLs on it.
Yeah. Got tank traps.
One of my favorite areas right here, you'll have a
Oh yeah, I see that.
180 yard, actually 185 yards from where we had that set up.
Uh-huh.
I also want to run a stage probably next month that's going to be sitting right here, running 200 yards down this clearing.
Wow, yeah.
And then that berm back behind us is also going to be 200 yards.
Okay.
So you'll have,
it's like a 90-degree, 120-ish.
yep. So you have a big pan between two 200-yard targets eventually.
Wow. That's gonna be fun.
The way that we have it set up, there's 26 different lanes cut that we could utilize.
Uh-huh.
We don't have barricades filling up everything, and we keep continuously moving stuff around just to keep it interesting and not so repetitive.
Yeah.
So we'll continue to move stuff in and around. We got
What's
Jeremy
up?
and Shane.
Are you filming right now?
Yeah, I am.
Don't you have a YouTube channel?
Who's that?
Are you ghetto Wombat?
Yeah, I am.
So we were very fortunate to have Jeremy on board. Folks that don't know Jeremy, he owned and ran Triple C in Crescent. Unfortunately, it was shut down a couple years back, I think 3 years ago, due to the line lease issues. Jeremy is awesome. We're very fortunate to have him on board with us. I think the world of Jeremy. He's been very instrumental in helping us build Gravestone to what it is. I can't say enough good about him.
Do you think they're gonna host any 3-gun national championships here?
We are working on building some racks and barricades for 3-gun.
Okay.
So Jeremy is in charge of kind of getting that off the ground and utilize the tack bays more. And
Yeah.
so I'm excited to see what we can do with that as well.
I mean, you could host national matches here, Rimfire, and I'm sure Centerfire.
Yeah.
You know, eventually in the future.
So, I'd actually talked with a couple guys. You know, we're fortunate to be on the Centerfire PRS Pro Series in February. We'll go look at that match, that range setting here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
But very fortunate to have our first PRS Pro Series match out here. We're actually contacted by a couple other venues. The Greg Bell leads the world, IPRF. We have a possibility of having that match here as well.
Oh, that is amazing.
So,
That's so cool.
Pro fence, you've got two different lanes here. You've got a berm on the left and right.
Okay.
Right now we have it set up with big, small on each.
All right. And the deer stand.
There's a couple of these deer blinds on the property when we bought it, so we figured we might as well incorporate them into barricades.
Oh, it came with the property. That's cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
So you're able to hunt here too, right? During the fall, if you wanted to.
We're covered up in deer out here. Yesterday when we were pouring the concrete, we had to run deer off.
Wow.
So, but yeah, you have 5 different berms, 75 yards on the close one and 150 yards on the far one.
Okay.
And again, we move the targets around quite a bit. So you have Shane was moving the wire spool down here right now. And then you have the corrugated plastic pipe.
Or you can put in concrete in the PRS barricade.
Yeah, we got concrete on the barricade now.
Is this short people approved like me?
They measure, they're right at 29 inches. So
Oh, good.
it's the same measurement that a lot of different match venues are using. So
Yeah.
it should be common. So we'll get the forms wrecked off and then clean up the barricades and have them ready for tomorrow.
I used to have to stand on my tippy toes, I think, in Triple C on these PRS barricades.
You'll be all right on this one.
So all this is the Bravo range still, huh?
This is still Bravo.
So
yes, sir.
Bravo range means Rimfire, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, so we went in the alphaphonics. We had Alpha, then Bravo, Charlie, Delta, and Echo.
Uh huh.
So just the way it fell, it starts from the west, going Alpha, then Bravo.
Yeah.
So this is an area that I like a lot for kids because they're shorter height barricades, so it's easy to bring in kids and work on positional stuff with them. So you do have some kind of a short and a medium range out here. I think that far berm is at 85 yards.
Yeah.
We did have some KYLs over here. We were going to move the mover into this bay, but we wanted to stretch it out a little bit further.
All right.
We let some of the native vegetation just to block sound between the Alpha and the Bravo range, so a lot of this is untouched.
Yeah, I love it, man.
for the most part, this is what the entire property looked like when we bought it.
Wow. So you guys have to clear this, or was this already clear?
This road and everything we had to clear.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, and we ended up bringing in about 75,000 tons of this road base. We moved about 65,000 yards of dirt. All the alpha range is on fill. So the road that we're sitting on is on about 5 to 6 foot of fill. And then the hill for the firing line is built up another 6 foot. We did that just to help get above the mirage. When we come up here into
There's our alpha range.
You've got a 100-foot shade structure. So it's 100 foot by 20 foot.
How far does this go out?
So you have berms 300 to 1,000 every 50 yards.
Wow.
You got a 100-yard zero board, just pretty much a zero confirmation board to make sure that your scope is zeroed out before you start running at distance.
Yeah.
300 yard, there's 18-inch down to 3-inch targets. And on the right side of every rack, there's also a 4/10 tall truing bar. On the 500-yard berm is a big wide berm on the right.
Okay.
You've got a 20-inch down to 3-inch with a 4/10 tall truing bar, and then some coyotes and a head target.
I see the coyotes. Yep. I'm assuming we're going to utilize this during the 2-day match.
We're not going to be shooting the 2-day match up here at all.
We're not? Oh.
This will be open on the Friday train up for running dope out, but we're not going to utilize any of this for the match. This is for members.
Wait, so there's more?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We haven't even covered half of it.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Once you get up to the 1,000-yard berm up on the hill, there's a life-size whitetail on the left, a coyote on the right, and then targets range from 24-inch down to 6-inch.
Wow. You got how many benches? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And like shooting mats. Yeah, you got a lot of room to shoot here.
This alpha range is definitely probably one of the most popular areas that people come to shoot. Most guys are coming up here at least to start out, and they'll come up here, check out dope, and then they'll run to the Centerfire side, which is the Charlie range.
I can't believe this is just half of it. I thought literally we were seeing most of it already. Like, I guess there's some more up there, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So Rimfire is 450 yards worth of firing line. The Centerfire is over 700 yards worth of firing line.
Wow. So people can bring their Polaris.
Yeah, we welcome all side-by-sides. On the 2-day pro match that we have in February, we're going to allow side-by-sides.
Cool.
I also have 12 golf carts from Stephenville Golf Cart coming for people that need them.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you'll be able to, I'll send an email out to all the registered shooters that will have the 12 golf carts.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'd at least, pair up or have 3 guys in a golf cart to help out. The way that it's laid out and the terrain, you're kind of coming up on a hill and it goes down in a valley up onto a second hill.
Okay. So I'm assuming this is the highest point of this range?
Yes. Yeah, we're actually, Charlie Hills is the highest location.
There's a Charlie range. We're coming up to it right now.
We'll start here on the black Humvee. The targets that we have set up right now, over the hood, there's a flatbed truck, 540 yards, and there's head targets.
Okay.
5 targets on it. If you pan to the left just a touch, there's your targets.
Oh, I see it, yeah. How many yards?
540.
540, okay.
Then you'll have the cattle panel. You'll have a square target on the left at the very top of the hill.
Okay.
And you also have a square off on the right cut. So there's your square target. And then on the right, lined up with the barricade now,
Yeah.
you got another square.
So you guys have already started planning for the 2-day match, huh?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
So you go from head targets to squares. Now on the concrete pipe, you're looking for diamonds.
Okay.
And then of course on the PRS barricade, it'll be circles. So
All right.
even as the targets get shot up, you'll be able to differentiate between the shape.
That's cool.
So you've got a big small diamond at the top
Yeah.
at 650.
Okay.
And then low left, you have another pair of diamonds at 450. And then of course the PRS barricade. Again, we just poured this concrete yesterday, so you got to wreck the forms and then smooth out the dirt work around it.
Yeah.
But you'll have the 8 and 6 circle at 400 on the left, and then if you look to the right in that cut, you'll have another 8 at 400 for option B, and then option C will be near far 400 to 500, and those will both be on the right cut.
All right.
So you can host all 3 options for that barricade here.
How many stages do you think we'll have for the 2-day match?
We're most likely going to run 18 stages.
18 stages? Okay, which is typical for a 2-day match, right?
Yeah, 18 to 20 is typical. We're having shorter days. I want to make sure that we're done before, about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, the sun starts setting, and if some of these stages are shooting more in the western direction, I want to make sure that the sun in your eyes is not going to be a critical issue.
All right. No, that makes sense.
Tires, you've got a KYL rack out at 830 yards.
See that?
And now this particular stage shoots across the alpha range. That berm, the bullets will actually fly in front of the 500-yard berm.
Okay.
And then the deer blind here, you'll have some berms with varmint targets on them. If you look right off the right side of the cedar tree, to your left a little, right there.
Right there. Okay.
You'll have targets there from 400 out to 550.
Wow.
And then this tree stump and rock and log is probably one of my favorite stages.
Oh yeah, I like the natural
You'll
stuff.
have there's prairie dog targets, and they're pairs. One's standing and one's walking.
Okay.
So the standing prairie dog, you only have about a 3/10 wide wind budget.
Ooh, yeah.
And the walking, you only have about a 3/10 tall dope budget. So
Do you guys get a lot of wind over here?
we do.
Yeah.
The wind here is really going to be the determining factor on who's going to shoot the best.
I mean, we're in North Texas, and North Texas usually gets a lot of wind, right? And we're close to Oklahoma.
And the way that this terrain, this opens up into that Brazos River bottom. And
Okay.
so if you get a wind from the south, it's going to really be coming through these cuts in the terrain feature. So
Do you get any vertical wind stuff too?
I have not seen vertical on the Centerfire side, but the first Rimfire match we ran, I had to hold a 6/10 under.
I remember that. I shot that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
The heavier Centerfire bullets seem like they don't have as much of a updraft as the Rimfire stuff.
Yeah, the Rimfire definitely does.
So now you're actually looking off to the left. You're looking at the end of the alpha range.
Okay.
If you pan to the left,
That
so
one.
that's the end of
I
the
see
1,000
it.
yard
Yeah.
from the alpha.
Yeah, that's a 1,000-yard berm right there.
So now we're looking sideways into that berm, using it as a fill dirt.
Yeah.
Using the fill dirt as a berm. So there's a tom turkey, and then low left there's a hen.
Okay.
The tom is at 840 from the barrels, and the hen is at 600.
Wow. I'm getting a run through of the 2-day match while I'm here.
Then out of our Connex, we cut in window ports.
Yeah. I'm gonna get out and do this one.
Absolutely.
All right. So this is gonna be one stage or two stages?
This will be one stage.
One
in
stage?
here.
Okay. Nice.
And you actually have berms with IPSC targets on them running from 600 all the way out to 1100, and then that back berm is at 1150.
Am I pointing at it in the right? Oh yeah,
Yep.
I see it. Yep, the IPSC is
Yep.
up there. Okay. It must help to be a civil engineer, right? Doing all this, you probably got the connections to help
Yeah.
you with
Yeah.
all this, right?
So one thing that we wanted to do is overbuild everything, so you're not going to see anything that has any wobble as far as barricades out here, unless that barricade is designed to have some wobble.
So no gimmicky stages for the 2-day match.
Yeah, all these barricades are going to be very solid. We've shot in pretty much every one of these positions. I like the little Olympic circles, but you have absolutely no movement whatsoever in here. You got 3 prone ports on the bottom, so you can run prone, positional. You can do a lot of neat, different stuff in here.
So as a member of range, like we can shoot any of these, right? Any of
Absolutely,
these.
these are open for members 7 days a week.
That's awesome. Could you run me through real quick with your like how much the membership cost is for like the different tiers?
Absolutely. So we have it set up. We do the membership out here for a couple different reasons. One, if we start to be overcrowded, we can start putting a cap on memberships and not allowing new members to come in. We'll be a long way away from that. As of right now,
think we crossed over 300 members, so we're growing. We're doing everything that we're set out to do. So you do the one-time membership fee. Again, it's good for life, but that one-time membership fee is set at $150. We run background checks on everyone, and license and carry. Once you do the membership, you can do the day pass, monthly pass, or annual pass.
Okay.
Couple different perks. The day pass, again, you have no commitment. You can come in and out as you go, as you wish. Those are set at $55 a day. If you do a monthly pass, you can do a monthly individual, or that introduces a family plan for husband and wife, kids age 13 to 17. And that runs $95 for an individual or $140 for a family. And then you have an annual package as well. Runs $900 a year for an individual or $1,350 a year for a family.
I think that's a great deal, man.
And generally speaking, if you're going to come out and shoot 2 or more times a month, it makes sense to do either the monthly or annual.
Yeah.
But we have the 3 different options because it's not a one-size-fits-all. So that allows the opportunity to come in and, you know, somebody wanted to shoot, the cheapest way you could possibly shoot for the year is the annual pass. It's still but then you're paying for the year up front.
Yeah.
So a step back from that would be the monthly. That's also the cheapest way you can shoot if you're going to be coming out here continuously, and you're on a month-to-month commitment at that point in time.
Okay.
So day pass is without any commitments, but it's not the cheapest way to come out and shoot. So it's going to run $55 a day to come out and do that. But again, you have all PRS Centerfire, Rimfire, 7 tack bays.
You got access to all of it.
And it's open 7 days a week.
Super cool, man. I thought this tour was gonna be like 5 or 10 minutes, man. It's crazy how much stuff you guys have.
Yeah. And then this pipe rail fence, we have a couple different options that we could run. If you see that quad pair of targets in the bottom left.
That one?
Yes, sir.
All right.
We could run there. Also on the alpha range, on the 1,000-yard field dirt that we're using as a berm, there's a pair of big small circles on it, 800 yards, and then down and to the right, there's a pair of big small circles at 600 yards.
Okay.
We also just incorporated a very close range target, 275 yards, and there's a 3 and a 4-inch square on this berm down in the bottom.
That one?
To be able to see your impacts on that really forces you to stay behind the rifle, drive the rifle correctly, have good fundamentals, because if anything slips in your fundamentals, you will not be able to see those impacts. So
Man.
That's a really good training tool to be able to ensure that you're driving the rifle correctly and have good natural point of aim to be able to spot an impact that close and that quickly.
So we might be shooting those off of these rails?
Yeah, we have several different positions we can do. I know we have the 45-degree kickers. I'm not a big fan of shooting off of the kickers personally, but
yeah, they can be tricky.
If we do incorporate those into a match, we'll allow tripod support or whatever you need to do.
Awesome.
And then moving up off the corrugated plastic pipe, something like this, you'll typically run 2 shots per position, 5 positions. Your target that you're looking for is on the right side of the fill dirt. There is a single target, relatively easy to hit target, but your stressor here is going to be moving positions.
Okay. Just one target for this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And the next one is kind of a neat stage. When we bought this place, there was 3 little stock tanks, so we dug that out. This is where a lot of our fill material came from. So we dug the 3 stock tanks out into one big one. Once it's full of water, it'll be a 7-acre surface area.
Yeah.
But there's bass targets jumping out of the water for your 6 targets here.
That's awesome. Wow.
And again, those targets are purposely sized pretty large. This boat does have a lot of movement on it. So, like I was saying earlier, the barricades that are made to be stable are very stable, and the ones that are made to be wobbly have quite a bit of wobble. So this boat is definitely designed to be a wobbly stage.
Yeah. Tripod rear?
You can tripod. We'll always allow tripod rear. Anything goes.
You have to the new rule is you have to deploy in the cock, right? Or do you just...
So they're putting in a couple different revisions to the rule set.
Okay.
We're still waiting to get the final set out. But whatever the rule set comes out with, that's what we're going to employ.
Okay, all right. Sounds good.
School bus, we did take out the seats and windows. We also cut in a roof hatch.
So if you look up in the back, there's a roof axe where you can shoot off
Oh,
the
that's
school
fun.
bus.
Wow.
The target you're looking for here, past the stock tank, there's a wide berm in the center, a little bit to your right. There'll be a 12-inch square at 545 yards.
Okay.
And then coming around the hill, we'll have a rock pile that we just redid this rock pile the way it was set in our last monthly match. But your targets that you're going to be looking for, you'll have a right cut.
Right there?
Correct. And then down to the left, you'll have a cut that we can run an array of targets in.
That's awesome.
And you can run alternating troop lines. The one thing to point out on that is the right cut is up on a hill. You'll always have a lot more wind up on that hill than what we have down in the bottom.
All right. But wait, there's more.
Oh yeah, there's still another 500 yards worth.
Wow.
So I built this outcropping just for the helicopter.
Did Paul Reed give you this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Paul Reed,
So,
baby.
yeah, thank
you, Paul.
Compliments to Paul and RotoWorks,
Oh yeah.
RotoMate. But when we set this helicopter out, we have the same two cuts that we're looking at earlier. You're just looking at it from a little bit different angle.
Okay.
So you can get as far as 750 in the bottom left
Uh-huh.
and 600 up on the hill on the right.
See that. All right.
Typically, the way that we ran this helicopter in the past, we ran left, right, left off the front seat, right, left, right off the back seat, left, right, left off the front. This helicopter is a little bit smaller than a lot of the other helicopters that we've seen on stages before.
Yeah.
So I highly encourage the single bag. I'm not narrow enough to get my shoulders in there with the
You're
bipod
a pretty
bag.
big dude. I've seen you working out before, man.
We did a little bit of dirt work to get across this creek crossing, so we figured we might as well widen it out and shoot off of it. We got 10 telephone poles here. This is a really neat stage, very straightforward. It's going to be 10 positions, one shot per position,
All right.
on a single target to your right just a little bit, halfway up that hill.
See that right there?
That's it.
Okay.
So the stressor on this stage is going to be getting in and out of positions efficiently, quickly, and still getting off a good shot.
Is it gonna be a minute 45 per stage or 2
We're going to
minutes?
run 2 minutes in the
Oh,
pre-match.
thank you.
Yeah. Minute 45 doable. I've actually claimed that in 91 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So
you
even
can-
running 90 seconds could be doable, but it puts a lot of stress.
This is the
We're named precision rifle for a reason. We're not named speed rifle.
yeah. No, I like that, man. This is the old dollhouse from Triple C, right?
Oh yeah, we were
Wow.
fortunate to get this from Triple C. Compliments to Lone Star Armory.
Yeah.
But if we walk up this deck, we just built this deck to make it the egress a little bit easier.
You said it's Roderick proof.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Roderick would be able to get up and down on this and jump up and down and not
man.
move anything. So
Yeah.
here you'll have target straight south is your target 1,
Okay.
and then once we start panning the hill, you'll have target 2,
All right.
panning further target 3,
Yep.
and then target 4 and 5 up on the hill.
Oh wow.
The last target ends at about 835 yards.
I like the panning troop lines.
And
That's
your
awesome.
wind angle is going to be, we've shot this anywhere from straight up on the south to holding 8/10 on the right, anywhere from holding straight up on the right and 6/10 right wind on the south. So
Wow.
your wind angle is going to really be the dictator on how these go.
Yeah.
So once we come down into our next stage will be the truck bed. You'll have 3 targets running 500, 600, and 700 yards straight south. And we're fortunate to get a good deal on 2 of these beat up truck beds that aren't good for anything else.
Yeah. I mean, this looks new.
They're brand new.
Holy cow. Usually you see them all rusted up and old, but these are
Yeah,
like
no,
new,
they-
man.
They're 2 brand new beds that we got off of a company that's putting on work beds. So
Wow.
anyway, you'll have 500, 600, 7-yard circles running straight south. this may, most likely this is gonna change up to the pro match. And then off these tank traps, you'll have a target that's kind of tucked up. There's a hillside beyond it.
Okay.
But a lot of times that'll get shadowed set into the tree line. So spotting a miss on that target is gonna be extremely difficult. If you also pan over to the far right, you've got another similar yardage, but complete different wind angle.
Okay.
I believe you're at 647 on the right and 610 on the left.
All right.
But again, if we're gonna run the truck bed, we're not gonna run the right stage.
Yeah.
So monthly matches, if the truck bed's here, we're not gonna run that stage just because it's too much of an angle.
Yeah.
In front of the truck bed.
That makes sense. This is gonna be our last stage over here.
We're gonna ditch the Polaris.
I know.
We got 2 stages here on the end. This will be our longest yardage that we're coming up on now.
Like for the match, this is gonna be the longest yardage.
Yeah, on a big match, we'll never run over 1,000 yards.
Okay.
I want to keep the environmentals out of the equation as much as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, we do want to shoot long range, but I don't want to go out to the 1430. If you look down this cut, you'll have a berm 600, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then that back berm has a buffalo, mule deer, a black bear, and a 24-inch square. And those are at 1,430 yards.
Wow.
But again, it's nice to come out and shoot that far, but in a match setting, I would never want to put a course of fire that long.
Yeah.
And then our last stage here will be running straight south. There's a couple different options off this rock pile. You'll have a coyote down in the bottom and a pig at the end.
All right. You could do near far, or far near.
We did, on the last match that we shot here, we did near far from 6 positions for a 12-shot course of fire.
Okay. So you guys have been working on this property for like years now.
Well, we actually closed mid-March.
Okay.
We started moving dirt April 1.
Okay.
And we built all this in 5 months.
Gotcha.
And we're fortunate to open up Labor Day weekend.
Wait, but so you bought the property around 2021?
No, we
twenty?
actually bought this in March of this year.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood that. So, okay, but you've been working on it for about 5 months now. Okay.
Well, we've been open a little over 3 months, and then
Yeah. Okay.
while we're open, since we are open 7 days a week, we don't get a whole lot of time to work downrange. So
Yeah.
a lot of time it's headlight work on the skid steer. So
That's a price table looking right now for the 2-day match. So yeah, you have 65 companies that have committed or something like that.
yeah, I actually think that we're sitting pretty well right now. I'm still working on trying to get some more involvement, but as of right now, the last time I tallied it up, I think we're at 65 grand worth of committed product for the price table from several different companies.
Yeah.
We've had really good luck with some integral companies that we have here. We are title sponsored by Silencer Co. Super awesome company to work with. I'm really excited about the partnership that we're building with them. Loophole's been really good, really great to work with us. Vortex Optics. Jeremy has been a huge part of Vortex since he was running 3-gun matches and since even Triple C came in about.
Okay.
So they've been very good to work with as well. I can't say enough about Tate with Impact. John Kyle Amy with Foundation. Austin Orgain with CRV barrels. Jake Sure up at Kansas is working on the rifle for the grand prize giveaway. So
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
absolutely. Their Delta range. So this is all shooting north of the road. So everything that we have north of the road, you can call cold and go down range. Gentleman right here stapling up a target. So we've got a 50-yard berm and a 100-yard. You also have the steel overhead. Keep out of the weather.
Oh, yeah.
And separated benches, so you don't have to worry about somebody adjacent to you shaking
Yeah.
your bench when you're trying to shoot groups.
I love it.
And we'll come into the tack bays.
So you can shoot ARs, handguns.
Yep.
You could host 3-gun competitions, 2 guns over here.
Absolutely. We have a couple different training companies that will come in.
Okay. So this is an Echo range.
This is the Echo. So this is Echo number 1.
Okay.
All these tack bays are 45 yards long, 30 yards wide. The back berm is 18 feet tall. So
It's very safe.
plenty of
That's all
plenty of material in these berms as well. If you look at the cross section of them,
Yeah.
we're sitting up on a hill that with a lot of rock excavation. So all these berms are lined with big boulder rocks,
Wow.
packed with dirt out of the stock tank.
Well, that makes me feel safe, especially if I'm shooting next to people over here, man.
And I'm pretty sure you can shoot an M1 main gun through there, and it's not going to go through these berms.
Yeah. I know my wife wants to come out and train, and like
So
she
a lot
likes
of
it
these
out
we'll have set up. We've got a lot of steel in that first one.
there.
We built a couple different dueling trees, so as people want to come out and bring out more steel, we'll set up the steel for them.
Okay.
But a lot of guys coming in here with trainings are shooting at paper and cardboard dipstick targets. We also have a couple different barrels and barricade stuff. And there's 7 bays just like this one.
That's a lot.
And there's an 8th bay that's a training bay that's around the bend. So we kind of keep that in check for more of the training stuff or government contract work where they're out of sight.
Okay.
They don't have to worry about divulging proprietary information.
Yeah. What kind of weather can we expect on February 8th and 9th for the
Oh,
today
it's gonna
match?
be sunny and 75. we have a patio heaters that we bought for every single stage, so every single stage will at least have a patio heater where you can go get out of the cold. I mean, we're in Texas. Who knows what the weather's gonna throw?
Yeah.
It could be
snowing, right?
we could be white out here. We could be 60 degrees.
We're gonna be 75, like Jake said. Hopefully, that'll be fine.
I mean, right now it's probably mid 50s.
Yeah.
Overcast day to day, so I would imagine it's going to be typical. Probably lows in the 30s, high in the 50s.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would guess.
Well, I prefer shooting in the cold any day over the 100-degree weather, so
Yeah.
I don't mind that at all.
Yep.
But if it's 75 degrees, then that's even better too. So we're going back to the pro shop-ish.
Yeah, we're heading back up to the office. What we have built right now is phase 1 in our business plan. We actually have phase 2 and 3 written up. So phase 2 is going to be more an emphasis on RV slots and cabins and places for on-site lodging.
Whoa.
Phase 3 is going to be more of like a clubhouse, and then I want to bring in sporting clays. So once we get to that point, everything north of the office will have I've already kind of have it designed out in my head on how we would do it, but you'll be able to run at least 1 sporting clays course, if not 2. And then some of this hill back behind the office, I'm going to have archery 3D courses built in.
Man.
So I grew up shooting with a bow and have always loved archery.
Yeah.
Some of the first competitions I did were 3D archery, so I've never really got away from archery, even shooting long range stuff. But up here on this hill, it'll allow at least a 30 target course for 3D and keep everything pretty interesting.
Wow. It's gonna be like a theme park, man. A theme park for outdoors
Exactly.
people.
One thing that we've really driven to build here is a destination location that somebody's going to set aside an entire day to come out here and and have something to offer for everyone.
Yeah. All right,
So
we're
we'll
back.
come up in from the north of the gate. Eventually, if we do the RVs and cabins, it's going to be up here on the left.
Okay.
We do a clubhouse, it's going to be in this general location. Sporting clay is back behind it. If you notice, it drops off into the creek bottom.
Okay.
There's about a 50-foot drop off down there.
Wow.
So it'll make a neat sporting clays range.
Oh yeah. You guys get a lot of deer here too, huh?
We're covered up in deer. So we have a lot of deer, pigs, turkey, and there's a lot of bobcats signed around the big stock tank that we dug out.
Have you seen any bobcats yet?
Yeah, I've seen 2.
Okay.
Yep.
What's the law on the bobcats in Texas? Are you allowed to? Are they like coyotes? You can shoot them anytime, or are they?
As long as you have a hunting license, you can shoot anything.
Okay.
Anything within reason. Yeah, my son's into varmint hunting as well, so we'll start running some of the night sheets and varmints and stuff later.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Then the pipe entrance coming in. Eventually, I want to rebuild this into a nicer looking entrance.
Okay.
We wanted to get up and running first, but eventually this will be built out into a nicer entrance instead of just a typical pipe rail fence.
Gotcha.
Matt, we appreciate y'all tuning in, and
Oh yeah.
we're excited to have this.
Yeah, well, thank you, Jake. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to do this, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We look forward to having y'all here on the range.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a big blessing to our community, and like, it's so hard to find something like this, a person that will take the time and the money